Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Cafe Enchante. It's been quite fun so far. We've had a lot of laughs. Raw, threatening metal objects. So it was. Damn it, why do I forget this already? Anyway. Candace's head just flying off. Things have been just a blast. Anyway, I just feel like it's gonna pull the wool over my eyes. Because again, I know that there's like, there's some like darker moments, and then there actually is like a lot of plot, and sometimes it gets a little heavy. So it's not like as fluffy as it seems from the very beginning. Like the beginning just seems like it's just a fun, kind of happy game. Like sure, there's gonna be a plot, but it's gonna be not traumatic. I just have a feeling this game's gonna pull the wool over my eye. You rip the fucking rug out from underneath me and bitch slap me in the face. And I'm concerned about Miser. I really am, because they keep like, he's the final boss. I'm just concerned about the way you word that. You know what I mean? It's gonna be bad. Plus, I'm pretty sure his hand was the one that reached out and tried to fucking kill us in our sleep. It was a dream, but he's apparently our sleep paralysis demon. I don't know, whatever, but we just started chapter 2, so. And we got a lot of chapters. I think when I was scrolling through, it was like 8 or so. So there's a lot of chapters in the main route before we get into our specific boys route, but, so, a lot to go. I don't know, maybe the first chapter is the longest. We'll see, but good lord, it's going to take us like 3 years if each chapter takes us multiple hours to do, but we just started chapter 2. It's been 2 weeks since I came to Enchante, and since the fight with GPM. I already told my parents that I'd be taking over the cafe now that Grandpa had passed. My parents talked to me about taking over, considering I knew nothing about it. But after a long discussion, they finally gave me their blessing to move forward. I'm a fucking adult, I'm running this cafe! Closet, check. Bookshelf, check. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. I think that just about does it. Our room is cute, I love it. Something is a girl called... What does that say behind that? I'm just trying to literally read what behind her thing is. I'm sorry. North Almond Alley Tavern? North Almond Alley Tavern. Why does that sound so fun? I want to go there. Anyway, I just like looking at the background, so. This is going to be my new room now. As the new owner of the cafe, I'm going to start living here too. Moving to the city was a big change for me. Now I've moved back to this town where I spent a lot of my childhood. Although that was over 15 years ago, so it's like moving to a completely new town. Alright, I'm all moved in. No turning back now, huh? There's not enough room. Look at that, she's got like 4 hangers. She's got a purse, a skirt, and that's it. Oh, poor thing. Anyway, okay, it's time to get started. She's got an awful lot of liquor bottles over there on that counter. Just saying. They don't look like perfume bottles, they look like liquor bottles. The 3rd floor of Enchante. This used to be Grandpa's. I brought my things up here and made it my own. I'm lucky I didn't have to find a new place in an area I'm so unfamiliar with. However, I felt a little guilty clearing out some of the things that belonged to Grandpa. You just put them in storage for a little while. This is a little sad, but it's going to be okay. Life's about changes. I'm sure the last thing Grandpa would have wanted was for his room to remain dusty and unused. Plus, if you can use the furniture, you can use the furniture. My phone rings, interrupting my thought. I look at the name displayed on it. It was my old job. Should I even answer it? Or not? Did you quit? While wondering what to do, I was thinking of quitting and was already training people I knew could take my place. Once I decided to take over the cafe, I sent in a letter of resignation. Okay, it's not like she just didn't show up. She literally was like, peace out. I talked to everyone in charge already, so I shouldn't have to deal with this anymore. Still, they call so much that I'll have to talk to them eventually or they won't stop. Here's the thing! You quit! Bitch, I quit! Fuck off! I mean, I know that, but... This sigh didn't reflect what I'd hoped my new life would feel like at all. Yeah, because they're like harassing you. This is going to be intense. Something's going to happen with that. Today, I start my journey as a resident of Cafe Enchante. My name is Spacey Owaki. Thank you again for having me. Oh my god, he's literally going to be walking around without a head on. I don't know if I'm ready for that. This game is like, it's like, are you ready for a headless love interest? Not really. I mean, you can't look into his eyes. Sure, you can cuddle, that's great, but you can't kiss anybody. And like, I mean, look, if you're in it for sex, I mean, okay, his body is there, but like, you don't get to stare into his eyes or like kiss. It's just the sex. No offense, I'm not there for that. Cuddling though, okay. But you don't have a head. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. I don't know how this is gonna work, but I'm intrigued to find out. So, anyway. Thanks for being here, our cute owner. Now, Enchante is safe. And that's a safe assumption to make, yes? Yes, I am certain that it is. Lord Soan would be delighted with this. Miser, Il, and Canis. The three greet me with smiling faces. I love that. The three greet me with smiling faces. Really? Really? That's like when you got the eye patch bro. Like, he looked me in the eyes. His eyes. His eye. He turned a blind eye. Yeah, he actually literally fucking did. Game, I'm gonna need you to, like, wise up with the shit that you're saying. I really wish that once there would be a game that he turned a blind eye. Singular, because he only had one. Or I really wish that they would just phrase themselves appropriately where it's just kind of funny. But I suppose, you know, looking at you, Pio Fiore, right? Like, with Gil's route, if they ever say anything about turning, he turned a blind eye. Like, yeah, he did. That's funny. But no, more like the, like, his eyes penetrated me. His eye. But you would just think it was a typo, not be like, they did that on purpose. Singular, because he's only got one. Like, but this, they looked at me with happy faces. Really, one of them doesn't have a head, so I don't think he had a smiling face on. That's all I can say. I really wish they had fixed that. Well, 2 out of the 3 anyway. Like, come on. Come on! You forgot that your love interest doesn't have a head. Game. I'm gonna need you to be a little more self-aware. Oh my god. Anyway. But you're living here. I can't say I support this idea. There's no point in arguing about it, though. Here, this is for you. A celebratory bouquet for a celebratory occasion. The least I can do is help decorate the place. Even Mr. Rindo from the GPM went out of his way to come by the cafe on the day I moved in. I thank him as I take the bouquet of roses. Oh, hi, he got us flowers. Hey, Daddy. Wow, thank you. I'll be sure to put them somewhere nice. Oh, a bouquet of roses, huh? And what gifts did you bring the rest of us? Could I interest you in some pudding? Because you can go buy some your damn self. Okay, I'm gonna need you two to fight over me and then make out a little. No, but seriously, let's go. Canis? What is it? I've noticed this before, but Miser and Mr. Rindo don't get along, huh? I thought she was gonna make a comment about the fact that he doesn't have a head, but, you know. How do I put it? They quarrel often since they are so similar, as sometimes they even work well together. However, I am positive that they would not want to hear that. I do believe they make a good pair. I see. I guess these kinds of exchanges can happen between grown men. Well, whatever the case, I was relieved that they weren't sworn enemies. However, in this friendly atmosphere, someone was ruminating with an aura of discomfort. Ignis? Glaring at me makes me uncomfortable. That's all he knows how to do, though. This is his happy face. Well, that backfired. I held up the bouquet as a shield against his increasingly intense gaze. Come on, Ignis. She's starting a new life here. You don't have to be so grumpy. Could it be you still do not believe she is capable of taking over the cafe? No, she means it. I think that's fine. I'm thankful she's taken over Enchante. But still, she thinks she can just replace Soan. She's dead wrong. He's 1,000 times the man you think he is. Grandpa is? I know that Soan was special to all of us, but do you really think putting this pressure on her like this is the right move? Indeed, Even I understand that his spirited nature had no true equal among us. So on, his spirit was tougher than steel. If spirits are metals, his was diamond. Mr. Rindo must have tender memories of his own. With a strained smile, he turns to Ignis. So, come on. Everything she's doing here is completely acceptable and fine. She's decided to have faith in all of you and accept you for who you are. You don't find altruism like that every day. That was when Il began to speak, as he was nodding to everything said so far. And in any case, Ignis, what is it that you hope to accomplish? You do not wish for Enchante to go fail, yet you do not accept her as the new owner. Do these not contradict each other? That's not what I mean, you stupid angel! I jump in as he glares at Il. It's okay. Ignis is right, too, anyway. For now, I just want to keep getting to know everyone and to earn your trust. Yes, it's important we get each other. I was like, I don't know why I could not read that. It's important we get each other. Mutual understanding. I like the word, mutual understanding. We get each other. It's mutual understanding. You could have just said, it's important we come to a mutual understanding. Refers to understanding the character and will of another. This is certainly something that the heroine should never forget when dealing with non-human customers going forward. The game is like, watch your fucking back, bitch! And, of course, you all know that I've never been the owner of a cafe before. It's natural to think I'm not capable. But you've made preparations in order to resolve this deficiency, have you not? I nod to Il's question. I've been researching online and reading about it. I've also reached out to a mentor from back home who knows about these things. I placed my to-do list on the table so that everyone could see it. You have some work ahead of you. Food handling and food business permits. These take a while to process, don't they? Food hygiene management, a qualification required to operate a food service business. This has to do with control of hygiene and sanitation, because nobody wants nasty-ass food. Food business permit, the operating permit for a cafe. In the case of coffee shops, there are two main types. A restaurant business permit to serve any range of food or drinks, and a cafe business permit for serving only late meals. Yes, at least a few months. Yeah, taking over and opening up right away. The universe wasn't going to make this easy. And as the list implies, there was work to be done for the person responsible for the fate of the cafe. In the meantime, we must clean and renovate. We will be able to help as well. For tasks requiring strength, allow me. That's his, pride in himself. I don't know, he just changes color constantly. Thank you. I know what he was offering was very kind, but what I was seeing right now was too odd. Canis usually doesn't wear his helmet if he isn't outside. Yeah, in this currently headless form. I only noticed it recently, but the color of the flame coming out of his neck seemed to express himself and his feelings. I told you that's what it was doing! I play Sims, bitch. I know what the little plumb bob does. Neck fire color. Light that leaks from Canis's neck. The color seems to change with his emotions. What color reflects his emotions are unknown. No, I'm pretty sure the red was anger. The blue seems to be his normal state. Hold on. Sorry, I got that dry spot in my throat lately, making me cough. The blue seems to be his normal state, and this seems to be his, impassioned, not passionate state, but you know what I mean? It's not angry, it's I am self-assured kind of state. Based on what he was saying, we will help. It's oh, this is your noble, getting a little fired up kind of state. The flames would flicker and change colors. The strange colors were fine for a non-human. As I stood there observing him intently, Miser gently began to speak. I don't like it when you look at other men. That's right. There's something I wanted to ask. Do you know how to pour coffee? Bitch, everyone knows how to pour coffee! It's how to make it no one knows how to do. You just, pour it out of the fucking... I don't know how to make latte art, but... My body tensed up immediately. Imagining how everyone might react right now, I decided to just answer honestly. Well, if it's a regular drip coffee from a shop, yeah, hi, again. Fancy coffee, no, but bitch, I know how to pour my coffee pot. Make 12 cups of it at a time. Uh-huh. I basically wouldn't know where to start. I've tried to learn, though. I see. So you being the owner is essentially meaningless then, correct? Of course you'd be this useless. Ill's comment that intended no offense and Ignis's criticism both stabbed into me. I'm gonna start learning. I believe in myself and I know I can do it. Don't worry. And no need to act tough. Relax. I mean, it's not like any other people aside from us come here much in the first place. What? Well, I mentioned it briefly before, but we have a barrier that keeps people away. How the fuck does this place stay in business? Enchante barrier refers to the barrier that keeps people away from Enchante. It affects human perception, causing them to naturally ignore the shop. However, it is possible to enter when certain conditions are fulfilled. That aside, it's not a physical barrier, but one that acts on people at a subconscious level. So there are people who could actually enter if they meet certain requirements. When that does happen, and we have others here, it'll be useful for you to have these permits as well as some barista knowledge. But what are those requirements? Well, I can explain that some other time. For now, you, so on, and those GPM agents were all able to visit the cafe, right? Come to think of it, I was able to head straight to the cafe. So were those people from the GPM. Huh. But if that's really the case, how does Enchante make any money? Our usual orders account for most of it. Yeah, and there's also the money coming in from the rent we pay for the rooms. I wonder if that was okay, considering it was an unusual business model for a cafe. But if you all were the cafe's only source of income, it would just be in the red. Do you propose to raise rent? This is about what it amounted to before. Wait, what? What is this shiny rock? It's a fragment of gold brought down from the heavens for rent and food. It must be worth 500,000 yen, I believe. Gold! 5! Huh. Spacey? Are you okay? You're sweating. I just can't stand the pressure of having such a valuable object in my hand right now! Why are you using this to pay for rent? And how do I bring this to the bank? We've always paid using physical commodities. Someone would often yell, "The market's hot." Grandpa! I was yelling on the inside in protest of my late grandfather's recklessness. It seemed Miser was the only one who came every day to drink coffee, and he mentioned that it was a pain to pay each time. It sounded like money was kept in Enchante's vault for 30 years, in which money for food and daily expenses were also taken out. Although, it worried me to think about how poorly those amounts had been decided. Well, let's make a menu and decide on prices then. I'll look up market rent prices too. What are you talking about? Who cares if customers overpay? I don't care if you do, but... Enchante sales. Aside from Miser, non-human regular customers bring items from their world that won't affect the human world as payment. GPM exchanges them for money that they can use for sales, rent, and other things. So we give the money to GPM and GPM... Okay. I care! Don't belittle me or the way I look at money. I had to live in a budget of 100,000 yen. You must have had it rough, Spacey. Wait, he's Rich Daddy Kun, right? Oh, hi. Hey! Snuggles up to him. So you got money, right? I'm a broke cafe owner. I got a little nervous when I realized how we seem to value things a bit differently. Everyone's just like, this is for my rent for the day. That's a lot of money. A short while later, probably tired from the move as well, I decided to go back up to my room and rest. He's paying, is that 500,000 yen is like $5,000. You move the decimal places like 2 over, roughly. Like 100 yen is like $1. Rough estimate. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's decent enough without doing the actual math. But like, so you're paying like $5,000 to rent a room? Jesus Christ, my apartment doesn't even cost that much. Like, alright, cool. But honestly, I was more tired from all the conversations I've been having here since day one. And he is like, this is nothing for me. Just chisel it off. Demons, knights, fallen angels, beasts. taking over a cafe for people like that. I kept repeating the words, but they were unable to fully make sense to me. Also, people that don't understand money and just give you rocks and shit for rooms. Like, here's an emerald, it's worth millions. But the fact that I was here, sitting on this bed, and having to think about them was reality. What did I get myself into? One of them aside, they all appear to be normal at first glance. They can hold conversations just fine, but in the end it's all for show. They're entirely different from humans. They're freaks in human clothing, beyond the reaches of what's considered normal. Monsters, creatures, evil spirits. Which one of them is the evil spirit? I'm not really sure any of them are monsters or creatures, but there was also Mr. Rindo's warning. Living among these people probably won't make his words so black and white to me, though. Still, yeah, I'll do my best. For the sake of a place so important to Grandpa, everyone here, and to me, I'll keep Enchante alive. And so, the curtain rises to my new and very abnormal way of life. The day after my first night in my new room, the bed didn't feel bad, and I was able to wake up feeling so very relaxed. That said, I can't just hang around here in this feeling forever. All right. I changed my clothes and I'm ready to go. I tapped my hands to my cheeks to get myself ready for the start of my new life. Although it might take some time, my first task will be to get those certifications and permits taken care of. I went to download all the necessary documents from all the involved departments via the city's website. However, Spacey, you seem a bit frustrated. What is troubling you? Candace calls to me as I kept up my staring contest with the laptop I brought with me. Feels like I've been doing this forever. Well, it's not that much of a problem, but I just realized my laptop isn't connecting to the internet. Candace, is there a wireless signal here? Or do you connect through That looks angry. And now he's green. I'm confused. Okay. Candace shifted his expression? He appeared to be confused. Hey, no use asking Candace stuff about technology. He breaks stuff. He doesn't fix it. What? Really? Breaking stuff by hitting it? No, it is not something so rudimentary as applying too much force on an object. But for some curious reason, devices seem to go out of commission the moment I touch them. I guess you could call that a gift. Candace looked sorry as his shoulders fell. He looked sorry. You're just like, he slumps his shoulders. His shoulders fell. I assume that was sorry looking. You can tell by body language is the only thing you're getting out of him. I suspected that he must have broken some things when Grandpa was running the place. Just then, Miser, who was drinking a cup of coffee, put down the cup and smiled. Hey, it's my cafe, don't just make yourself fucking... You know what, make yourself fucking coffee, I can't do it. If you're wondering about our internet, you'll get your answer much more quickly if you ask our resident specialist. Huh? I think back in the day you first met us. There was one particular non-human who was using a modern device of this world as if he used it daily, wasn't there? Heeding Miser's advice, I dig out the memory of that intense meeting. We have a resident specialist? Yeah, he's a nerd. He lives upstairs. He never comes out of his room. What the fuck? Anyway. Oh, did the release date change? I was so looking forward to counting down for this. Yes, he's an Otome heroine in his own mind. Also, he's a computer nerd. Amazing. What are you doing? I was notified about a release date change, and I'm checking the site to confirm. I do not get signal in the heavenly world. Oh, but they're adding a new character? I never would have thought that character would get their own route. He's got to be playing a mobile Otome game. Come on, I'm just like... you mean ill? But wait, he's an angel. Or a fallen angel, isn't he? To me, that would mean a servant of heaven. Those, deified beings you see in paintings. As hard as I try, I can't picture someone like that messing with a computer. I can't even picture it. That's the truth. Yes, you will understand if you ask him. However, where is Il? I haven't seen him this morning. Maybe he's in his room. Which must mean his illness. Huh? Angels can get sick? Wait, is he okay? No. When we say illness, it's not what you're thinking. Oh my god, you're calling this a mental illness. His illness, his obsession with the Otome games. You know what? This game is like making... I feel very attacked right now. Just as Miser begins to laugh. That asshole! He's holed him in his room again! Ignis runs up the stairs, practically flying above the steps. Not a few seconds later, what could be heard next was... screaming. Open up! Get out of there, you lazy angel! The sound of Ignis shouting, banging on a door, not banging a door. Ignis has got issues if he's banging doors. The ruckus went on for a while, but was eventually stilled. Not quite understanding the situation, I looked toward Miser and Canis. This is just daily life, or something like that. Those two know how to cause a commotion. Yeah, this is probably a good opportunity for you, Spacey. Come on, let's go see. Oh, cute, we can see the second floor. Enchante's first floor is the cafe, and its second and third floors are living quarters. Within those, my room was the single room that was once Grandpa's in a corner of the third floor. And the rooms on the second floor were being rented out by the regulars, aside from Miser. So, that's Il's room? Yep. Look, doesn't the holy light seeping out from the room make you feel all grateful inside? I love his little... his face is like, ooh. He has his ooh face. What the fuck is that? I'm not sure about the grateful part, but there's definitely a lot of light coming from inside that room. One of the other rooms that lined the hall appeared to have its door wide open, likely from Ignis kicking it in. From inside came a light so dazzling I could practically hear it glimmering, and what looked like an angel's wing. Allow me to say, we mean you no harm. Why does that make me feel more uneasy? And don't worry, you'll understand when you look inside. No use just standing here, right? Oh god. Urged forward, I peeked into the room with Miser and Canis. There I saw... literally probably my apartment. CG! Is he playing on a Switch? Oh my god. I never knew love could be so beautiful. He absolutely has got his fucking game system going. It's like his fucking Switch right there. That's amazing. Dazzling godly light, wings spread out. Il seemed in a state of bliss. Ignis is on the floor like dead. You'd be convinced he was an angel from his blinding, glimmering form. However... oh, how are Otome games this wonderful? He's literally all of us. I love it so much. Otome games? His comment, along with the game console in his hand, completely reframes my heavenly idea of him into something much more earthly. Don't you dare start insulting Otome games, Otome MC. Il likes games. With any free time he goes to his room. I mentioned his illness. This is it. I do not have an illness! I just like being alone and playing my games, people! For fuck's sake, it's not an illness! Maybe a little bit. Though Ignis may seem self-righteous, he's earnestly trying to help Il. Il just prefers the indoors. Ignis does not. We see this scuffle here all the time. It looks like Ignis is on the floor, lying there unconscious. Is a little scuffle really all this is? Beneath Il, wrapped up in his own world, was Ignis, unconscious. And then, Il must have noticed us peeking into the room, because he called to us. Oh! Whatever are all of you doing? Well, you know, Il, since you're so good with computers, she was hoping you could help her. It seems to be about Enchante's operations. We would be grateful if you could help her. I see. Understood. I shall save whenever a good chance arrives. Can you please wait about 10 minutes? This is not a good place to stop! Oh my god, I love it. I wanted to see his room decorated with all his fucking Otome merch for them to be like, see? His illness, it's all over the walls, just so I could feel actually legitimately personally attacked. I feel slightly attacked by this, but it's going to be when his room is filled with Otome merch and she's like, wow, this is crazy. And I'm going to be like, you know what? Real attacked. The game really attacked me. I paid for this. I paid to be attacked like this. This is like some kind of S&M bullshit. I paid to be dominated like this? I don't know. I don't know if I like that. Like, yes, you're very welcome. I believe this will be everything you need. Thank you. After waiting at the bottom of the stairs, Il arrived and without pause begins using my computer. He finished instantly. He even used the printer that was put away in the storehouse to print manuals I might need, on top of the documents I asked for. The internet settings are straightforward, but just in case, I've made a note of them in these documents here. The printer can be used now, so all that's left would be... Just in case, I believe we should make sure Sohan's old computer has the latest update. His hand to his chin, a parade of modern-day words spelled out from Il. Maybe angels are completely different beings from what I'd originally imagined. Will that be all you require for now? If there's nothing else you need, I shall return to my room. Oh no, I'm fine. You really are a lifesaver. Thank you. I'm so glad I could be of help. Goodbye. Il smiles, and then I watch him walk away. I let out a sigh, feeling both impressed and somewhat bewildered. He's interesting, isn't he? That Il. I guess so. I never knew angels could be like that. I guess even angels can play video games. Yes, I suppose so. You must have had a more holy image in your mind, right? Rindo's first reaction practically screamed, "This is an angel?" at us all. I feel like I can relate to that. I looked around his room when we went in earlier. Not deviating from his interest in games, his room was adorned with so many things. Again, I feel personally attacked, game! Il's room. Why don't you go hang out there? It'd be a good way to strengthen your relationship. What? Did it look like I wanted to go? I was interested in taking a closer look at what his room was like. Hey, miser? Yes. What is it, my young lady? You're not reading my thoughts with some magic-y powers, are you? If he was, he'd know we think he's goddamn fucking gorgeous and we want to marry him right fucking now. He's got that little ooh face. That face is like adorable and creepy all at the same time. You're like, it's a little disturbing. You're like, it's so disturbing. Cute, but disturbing. Well, I think I'll go take a look at how Ignis is doing up on that floor. Well, wait, it's really concerning if you don't deny my question, you know? And she's like, he's so fucking hot. Oh, no, he's reading my mind. Though I felt this was quite disturbing, I decided to take it as a joke. Anyway, I am curious about Il's room. Thinking I should go thank him for his help, I take a few little snacks with me and head upstairs once again. Although, these are just the snacks and drinks left over from what we got at the convenience store. I knock on the door lightly and wait for an answer, but... there's no answer. I knocked again, however... there's no answer. Oh, maybe he has headphones on. I do, when I play my games. Now that I mention it, he was wearing headphones when I entered the room earlier. It would make sense that he wouldn't hear me knocking. Bust in. I thought about turning around, but my curiosity won over my reluctance. Il, can I come in? I call out with trepidation, then peek into the room and... Oh my god! Oh my god! His fucking... right above her head! That's fucking Lupin and Cardia, motherfucker. That is Code Realize right fucking there. Yes, because that first poster under his fucking bed is fucking Code Realize. I can't recognize the other ones, but I can recognize because that is like Lupin pulling his hat down. Like, he has a fucking Otome body pillow. Oh my god. He sleeps in a hammock. Oh my god, he has a hammock. That's so cute. So the poster under his bed, I guess. Look at all the clocks. Oh my god, are they actually... how do we... Yeah. Oh my god. He has Otome clocks and Amazon packages. Those are Oh my god. Over on the far left, it's Cardia and Lupin standees. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. Oh my god, he's got a shrine. Look at all the games he has in the manga. I'm so jealous. I can't get that many games because I can't read Japanese. What's the pillow over there on the right? Can't recognize that. There's so many games you're like, hello, we need to localize everything in this now so that we can recognize it. But that's fucking amazing. I can't. She's gonna make a comment about this and this is nowhere near as much shit as I have. That's all I'm saying. I could put his collection to shame, but I do love his little hanging plants. Wait! Wow! There's so much merchandise in here! What was before me is a scene you would... Huh. Oh. What was before me was I think it's supposed to be what was before me was a scene you would never picture a mysterious fallen angel to be part of, let alone living in. Oh, this is so great. He's even got fucking Ita bags over there. What the fuck is that? That's hilarious. That's what they look like. A giant LCD TV, perfect for watching movies. Mountains of games piled all over the room. More than I can, like... Posters and figures and charms of beautiful male and female characters everywhere. Some people would find this place sacred. What I saw forced a thought to mind. The video game-loving angel. It's not a phrase that really hits home, but I have to accept it after being shown the reality in front of me. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love him for that. Oh, is something the matter, Spacey? We seem to be seeing each other often today. Look, seriously, he's got, like, bags over there. Like, he has fucking Ita bags. This bitch has fucking Ita bag. I'm in love with this. Why can you not be my favorite character just because we could just fucking stan our fucking... And be like, oh my god, I can decorate my house with all the Code Realize merch and all that, right? Oh my god, that's so great! He's a little gay, but not. I'm just saying. I need an Otome loving angel in my life is all I guess. I mean, who knew? He looks up as if turning to see me just as I open the door. He was different from his usual full-on angel form and was now sitting quietly with his wings put away, enjoying a game. Oh, I'm sorry if I bothered you. There's nothing in particular I need. Il rises, removing his headphones. Oh, no, you're no bother. I was just looking through the previous event scenes. But you have come without any reason. I do not understand. Have you come here unconsciously? Unconsciously? It's not like I'm possessed by a ghost. Thinking back to the tea party, too, maybe Il's the type of person who takes everything very literally. That's not what I mean, okay? I heard you like games, so I was curious about what kind of things were in your room. Miser also suggested I come, so that I could get to know you a little better. I explained myself as I placed the drinks and snacks on a shelf nearby. I see. So you wish to see my room to gain a better understanding of me, as discussed yesterday. I have no issues with that. Please look around to your heart's content. Satisfied with my reasoning, I moved toward the middle of the room with Il's offer. Urged on, I glanced around his room. You have so many games. Oh, all these things in your room are so cute. I was honestly taken in by them. Okay. I want to be Il. I am Il with all my Otome games and all the merch, and I just want a man to be like, oh, cool, and just not be like, the fuck is wrong with you? Or like in the reverse, he's got all this Otome fucking merch around his house, and she's like, oh, this is so cool. Oh, I like that. That's really cute. Not like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's all there's just something about this. She's like, I just feel so vindicated right now. The game is calling me out for being a weirdo and saying I have an illness. But at the same time, she appreciates his mental illness, I guess. It's all we need in life, for real. The game is like, that is never gonna happen, you loser. Oh, game, you're being so mean to me. This game hurts my feelings. I was honestly taken in by them. Even characters looking the same at a glance seemed to change completely just by changing some of their colors. They all kind of look the same, but when you change their hair color... these characters look the same. Well, that's because that's... my God, my brain just froze. Wow. Never mind. You know what? Oh my God. I can't. I'm just so overwhelmed by so many things that, like, I can't even make our freaking Pio Fiore joke. Mafia Hijikata. That's Mafia Hijikata. That's why they're together. Because they're actually in the same pose. Oh God. Anyway. You're like, these characters all look so different. It's the same one. No, they're all different. They all just kind of look the same if you think about it. Maybe. It seemed like a lot of work, but I imagine it could be worth it to gather so many. It really is so much fun. But wait a second. They look lined up neatly, but looking closer I could see gaps in one of the lines of characters. Ill, what's this? Oh, that's a bit of a secret. A secret? I get a simple explanation from Ill. With randomly distributed items, it's common that people not get the rare characters. I'm usually a fan of the box, but I just seem to be so unlucky. I cannot seem to get all the characters in one attempt. Fan of the box. Oh, I know. Box pusher. So I think there's actually another term for this. Somebody pointed this out and I read it somewhere. There's actually a word for it and they just didn't translate it properly, so this sounds really dumb, but a person who won't choose a specific idol in a group or character in a game they prefer, instead pushing, or fangirling, like me. In other words, liking and supporting the whole group, I guess. Ill, including the heroine, is a box pusher for everyone. So he likes everyone. So basically, fucking me in Code Realize, where you're like, it's not like, this is my favorite. You're like, no, all of them. I would take all of them. I mean, I have a rank. Most favorite, sort of to least favorite. Poor Impy. But, you know, it would be like this. I love that, you know, I love this character. Like, Miser's my favorite in this game. But I still kind of like all of them. Pio Fiore, all of them. I will take every fucking one of these motherfucker. Like, me, I usually have like 2 or 3. It's not usually everyone. It's like, I may enjoy all the routes, but it's these 3 characters that are, you know. I think Code Realize was one of the few games where I really loved everybody. Like, you can all come to the man harem. Impy and I are just bros, but he can still come into the man harem because we can't just leave him out. Just be rude. He's too sweet. Anyway, so whatever the actual term for that is. I am sure my love was not enough somehow. It is as if there's a hole in my heart, filled only with emptiness and sadness. Literally me when I have a collection of pins for the Code Realize characters that match the cards that came with the game. And it took me like a year to find Saint Germain. It was like, there's just a hole for Saint Germain sitting there on the shelf waiting for him to come home. I finally did get him, but it took like a fucking year, and it was the most exciting moment of my life, just that one pin. I have a bazillion fucking pins in anime merch, but it's like this one that I've been searching. This moment right here. I get him so much. I didn't know what he meant by fan of the box, or whatever the hell it's supposed to be, but he seems so sad. I look around the room again, but the only comment I can muster was, you really do like games, huh, Ill? You could call them games, but really the only games I play are Otome games. I do indeed enjoy them, however. Otome game. Games particularly aimed at women in the romance adventure game genre. Not enough of them are localized. We're stingy bastards. Fucking localize more of them. I don't even care if there's typos. And I know people get so mad about the typos or like, fan of the box, where you're like, that's supposed to be something else and you didn't translate that properly. But you know what? It's fine. I'll suffer through. I know we shouldn't suffer through bad translations, but this is, I can at least read it. We've played some of the games where you're like, this translation is literal trash. It's horrible. I don't know how we're doing it. We're slogging through. I will take this over that. And I will suffer through this kind of where you're like, some things don't make sense and there's typos and like, Tim did a shit job. I will take Tim doing a terrible job over not having them localized. I'm just saying, lesser of two evils. I don't want to suffer without them. Anyway. A story is guided by choices and routes taken, hardship and obstacles that the man and woman together must face and overcome. Oh my god, look at his face. His face is my soul. The endless love's waiting at the end. Oh my god, his actual eye looks like it's watering. I think he's tearing up. Oh god. Feeling that is my greatest joy. Love, huh? Though liking games was a far departure from the normal idea of an angel someone might have, you actually might see something like an angel interested in things about love, like the Cupid from fairy tales and myths. He's literally like, it looks like he's biting his lip and almost weeping. I feel that so much. I guess, in that sense, he's also still just an angel. But I was curious about something. In Otome games, the protagonist is a girl and she falls in love with guys, right? You're a guy, so wouldn't things make more sense if you play games where you fall in love as a guy? Except for those are all about fucking the girls and they're all like literally complete morons and their boobs are bigger than their brains. I'm just saying. They're hitting at a genre. And this was just a coincidence. And the way I first learned about love was from Otome games. It's not as if I've never played dating games designed for men either. However, I find these suit me better. He's like, because the men are beautiful. And the women are, well, okay, they might be sometimes just derpy cardboard cutouts, but they still are slightly more intelligent than the women in the reverse harem, the normal harem dating games. These are technically reverse harems, I guess. I'm just saying. Have you played Hoonie Pop? That game is funny as fuck. If you're not taking it seriously, but you know there's men out there, yeah, I fucking love playing this game. I'm gonna fuck these chicks, and their boobs are all bigger than their heads, and you're like, this is... My friends and I did play it, actually. It's pretty funny. No, God, that's not one. It's kind of hilarious if you take it in a joking manner, but you know there's people that take it seriously, and it's like... You've got fucking problems. Me with my Otome merch wrapped... Hold on, let me go get my fucking, like... Utano Prince Sama pillow and my fucking Black Butler blanket and just cuddle up here wearing my Banana shirt. Banana doesn't count, okay? Banana's just a cat and a banana cat, okay? It's different, but it just happens to be the hoodie I'm wearing. I'm not wearing my Yato one today. I don't wear the one around the house. The bird would get white food all over it. I try to keep Yato nice. Look. I can still function as a normal human being. Sometimes. I see. I guess that's how it works, then. I guess that does sound very human, to have your own likes and sensibilities. So, what do you think, Spacey? What are your thoughts on seeing my room? Did it help you in your understanding of me? Honestly, his elegant form before me in this room were a wildly unbalanced pair, but... Yeah, I don't really know much about these sorts of things, but I'm glad I was able to learn about something you're so interested in. So funny, she totally has no clue about Otome games. Yeah, Otome games are a little odd, but like, whatever. Bitch, what? She didn't say that. But it actually, because there's no way you could have her be like, I love Otome games and collecting merch. Fuck the other, but there's no way she could date any of the other guys. She has to be like, yeah, no, cool, sure, I've played one or two in my life, and like, because if she was as obsessed as like me, there's no way you could ever date anyone else. Yeah, I'm just saying. It's gonna be really hard dating Miser when, like, the perfect man is, like, right here. I'm so glad. Please do let me know if you'd ever like to come and play Otome games with me. Oh my god. He's literally the perfect man. Why can't I be more attracted to you? Like, he's sweet and wonderful. Like, he seems sweet and lovely. But, like, could you have been as gorgeous as Miser? And then I would have been like, this is perfect. It's never the ones you should be attracted to. I will select a game with a love story perfect for you and teach you its ways. Oh my god, that sounds so wrong, but I love it. In his smiling face, I sense an intimacy that I'd not felt when we had met. Il, who exuded an otherworldly presence, made it difficult to approach him. Although the situation was unpredictable, I felt happy that I was able to learn about his interests. Il Fado de Rie, one of the regular customers at Enchante, a young fallen angel who enjoys Otome games in pursuit of love. At every chance, he shuts himself away in his room to play Otome games. Literally sounds like my life. He never returns to his homeland, totally freeloading at Enchante, and has his own room. He's not freeloading, he's paying us with, like, chips of gold. His forte is manipulating things related to machines. After a little while longer, I was able to finish filling out the documents. It was just a little past noon. I'm hungry, I thought to myself hazily, when I suddenly realized something. Wait, that's right! Everyone's lunch is up to who? I mutter to myself in my realization, and Miser, who had a cup of coffee in his hand, just like this morning, looked up from his book. He just chills there. Oh, us? You don't have to worry about us. You've got your hands full with getting things ready to officially reopen the cafe. And just worry about making yourself food, okay? Huh? But don't you get hungry? If you're asking if I need to eat or not, I guess not. And non-humans have a range of compositions, and the way they get energy varies greatly. And there are those who can live off of water, those who mostly eat souls. Yeah, there are a lot of different ones. Oh, you're one of those soul demons, aren't you? I'm just saying. I know how this works. I've seen Black Butler. Considering that, you could say that we can live without actually eating anything. But everyone still has their own tastes and preferences. It's pretty entertaining. So then, why are you drinking that coffee right now? Because I like it! What did I just say? The taste, I suppose. Uh-huh. I know it's strange to make the comparison, but I was a bit envious, being someone who eats between meals a lot. Thinking about my own stomach, I couldn't help but rub my hand over it. Oh, there are non-humans who do like to eat, of course. Among us all, yeah, he would be one. I looked toward the direction he tipped his cup. He's sitting there, damn it, that hermit asshole. Why does he spend so much time indoors? Ignis, who ended up unconscious from the altercation earlier, was walking down the stairs. Oh, Ignis, are you feeling okay? Oh yeah, kinda. Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. I see. His responses are slow. I guess Ignis really isn't convinced I can handle taking over this place. Ignis, didn't you have something to do here? Considering you came right here just after waking up. Oh yeah, just felt like I wanted to eat something. Maybe this would be a good chance to close some of the distance between us. I've been proactive in tending to stuff around the house and felt confident in my cooking. I timidly raised my hand. In the cafe. We're 3 people there. Then, why don't I make you something? Since you're here, do you want to eat with me? You're gonna make something? I vigorously nod my head up and down. Isn't it illegal for you to cook stuff until you get that permit or whatever? That's just if I charge someone for it. It's not illegal if I make myself some food. It'll take too long. I can just swing by the store. Look, he's like, I can just swing by the store, like, whatever. I'll make something quick. I want to eat something I want to eat. I can whip up whatever you'd like. I'd like to be able to know what kinds of things my guests prefer, too. Continuing a distant relationship as it was could become a problem later if I allow it. Not wanting to let this slip, I argue vehemently, or rather, timidly debate Ignis to give in and let me do this. Seeing Ignis's lack of a reply, I looked toward Miser for help as a fellow cafe regular. Maybe I should partake as well. And Ignis, we've been shut out by Sohan for a while. I'm sure you don't have any money on you to go to the store. And there came my reinforcements. Miser's comment was the last push that made Ignis give in. Alright, fine. Do what you like. Just make sure there's meat in it. Okay, I'll get right on it. Yes, I won! Hello. Oh, looks like everyone's here. I come bearing gifts today. I thought I'd swing by and pick up some fast food for everyone. It is noon after all. Is anyone hungry? The look on her fucking face is like, you fucking bitch. I'm so glad we have her sprite like fucking on, because it's just great seeing her face and the reaction she's giving him. She's like, Koru. My victory was squashed in seconds. She's like, this fucking asshole. She's still pissed. I began to eat one of the burger meals handed to us, sitting in a seat awkwardly spaced from Ignis. This would have been my chance, too. I know he didn't mean harm, but I couldn't help but glare resentfully at Mr. Rindo. Spacey? Ignis? Are you two upset for some reason? Did I do something wrong? Don't worry, Rindo. I'm intending to explain or blame him for anything, Miser's smile was the only source of light in this room clouded with spite. He's like, fuck. No, can't rely on Miser all the time. I was dejected at first, but at least we can all eat together. I should try and talk to him. I wanted to ask this earlier, but Ignis, why did you call Il a hermit? You can just tell by looking at him. Any free time he gets, he wastes on games. He doesn't even try to leave Enchante, and he can't even do anything for himself. I can do shit for myself, but I definitely don't try to leave my house. Instead of roasting him for it, the guys just let him do it and even baby him. What even is a hermit if not that? He's totally right, even about us. Huh, I see. I've heard of incredibly wealthy families sometimes being reclusive, and their kids, hidden from the world, become shut-ins. Man, I wish I was an incredibly wealthy person so I could just stay a shut-in. Shut-in, a nickname given to Il by Ignis. Much like how something valuable would be locked away and guarded, it refers to someone who has been raised, spoiled, and overprotected. I was not like that. I just don't like leaving my house. I just prefer to be a hermit, and I like being an introverted introvert. Thank you very much. I just can't be that way because I have to have a job. I can see it. Il has this aura that makes you feel like you can't leave him alone. Wait, the conversation stopped while I was finishing that thought to myself. Maybe this awkward distance is the problem. Alright, if that's the case, I have to be assertive and take some action. Sit in front of Ignis. I put my food back in its wrapper and I get up from my seat. Whoa! My decision made, I moved to the seat right in front of Ignis. Even though he was taken aback, I pay that no mind and look at him in silence. What the hell? All of a sudden? I just wanted to talk to you, Ignis, so that I could better understand you. You're like, well, I don't know. I move right to the point. I know that I'm not that dependable as a cafe owner, and I don't want to make excuses for that. But until I get there, I just hoped we could trust each other cordially as friends. His face is like so embarrassed. He just sat there silently for a moment. After what felt like ages, he slowly opened his mouth. I mean, I don't really want to keep this so awkward between us. So then, that doesn't mean I'm ready to be chummy with you right away. Huh? Ignis continues on, quietly. If I accept you, then what happens to so on? It always sounded like he was suspicious of me, but just now I finally heard the twinge of sadness in his voice. Hey! Stop! Go in your cage to drink your water, you dumbass! I owe the old man so much. To pay it all back, I figured I'd be wasting time with him doing whatever he wanted until the day he had to pass on. Getting forced out of the cafe and to hear he's already gone, and we have a new owner. We have a new owner. I know you mean of the cafe, but just phrasing of that is awkward. People willing to accept that so quickly are the crazy ones. Oh, I see. He's just... Nope. I thought we were getting CG. I was like, CG? Shh. Come on, don't look at me like that. He's dead. Can't fix that. Ignis, please mind the way you speak. Shut it! If griping about it'll make the old man crawl out of his grave, then I'll gripe all I need to. But that'll never happen. The old man died, so we really need to think about what we're gonna do next. Am I wrong? Oh, he's hurt. He's so angry. It was so sudden to him, he wasn't able to accept the news of Grandpa's death. Bird! Stop it! Jesus! I'm sure it was a front he was putting on. He was trying to cheer up everyone who was feeling so down about all of this. Miser and Mr. Rindo kept silent, listening to Ignis pour out his feelings. I know I'm just acting out. I'm sure your decision to take on the cafe comes from a good place. It's like the hermit said. I contradict myself. I don't even know what I want. At the end of the day, I still can't accept an Enchante without the old man. Hearing Ignis's words, memories of Grandpa run through my mind, one after another. I felt my eyes wince at the rush of emotions rising up to meet me. But knowing this wasn't the time to cry, I forced back any tears. Then I spoke to the saddened Ignis. It's okay if you can't accept it. Huh? Ignis opened his eyes to the comment I muttered. I think it's alright to not force yourself to accept the fact that Grandpa died. I'm still having a hard time believing Grandpa's really gone. Sometimes I just feel like one day he'll just call me or send me a letter. I'm sure Ignis and the others feel the same. They walked with him every day. And also, I honestly felt how amazing this place was. This place that Grandpa created. I don't want to lose it. If I can keep it going, I will. That's how I feel. It makes sense to me that it's hard for you to let it all go, Ignis. Even though it's still called Enchante, it's different with me as the owner, huh?
You're really okay with that? After making such a big decision to be compared with the old owner?
Yeah, it's only natural to feel that way. But I'm gonna work really hard, okay? I'm gonna make an Enchante of my own, with its own charm, different from Grandpa's. Though a little timidly, I declared my intention to Ignis's surprise. Just then, we could hear the sound of heavy footsteps coming from the second floor.
Spacey is right. Ignis, you need not accept everything. It is not even settled within myself. I still see Soon's shadow on occasion. For now, we should see them as different owners. Soon as Soon.
So on and so on.
Spacey as Spacey.
After Canis gives his speech in a calm, low voice, Ignis walks over and pats his shoulder.
Canis, you were eavesdropping on me, huh?
Oh, come on now. We were right in front of you, too.
Yeah, actually, I was waiting for you to compliment us for waiting here that long. And
Mr. Rindo glances upward. Batting his wings, Il descends right in front of us, disregarding the stairs completely. Rindo, you brought us junk food as gifts? I do not require hamburgers. Some simple refreshments would have sufficed.
And Canis was even holding back the dense angel here. You should probably thank him, shouldn't you?
Mr. Rindo smiles bitterly at Il, handing him a drink that had started to warm up by now.
That's what ice is for. No need for thanks. I just hope that Ignis was able to earnestly understand what she had to say. All of her intents and feelings toward protecting this place.
Ignis sighs at Canis's lecturing speech. Ah! I know we're over time, but it's like, there was really no good place, there's no good place to stop, so.
You don't let up, do you headless jerk? I got what she meant right when I heard her little tirade without needing you to tell me.
I love the fact that he's like, what is it? Mr. Yummy? That's the name of the burger place. So cute. Aww. Look. It's his first own CG, but blushy. It's adorable. To dodge anything else that would arise, he stuffs his mouth with a hamburger. Ignis?
I know I'm the one who's not able to put it into words too great. I know for a fact that this is a good thing. Let me just say that. It's not like I'm just over here hating you for some stupid reason. How do I say it? It's like, I think of someone taking the old man's place and it just makes me get all weird. So, well,
Aww. He points a finger right at me from the hand that was holding his hamburger.
Spacey Iwaki, if you're gonna carry the old man's torch in your own way, I'm all about it.
He's so angsty, but he's kind of cute.
Huh. What the hell? Well, say something! Don't leave me hanging out here!
Oh, I'm sorry. I just thought it was a little cute. Okay, I did too.
Huh? How? No, wait! What does that even have to do with what we're talking about?
Hang on. Not being able to say what you want and fumbling over your words. And now this sudden burst of confidence?
All that fuss you're making really makes you seem so adorable.
Shut up! All you shut up! All my nerves and anxiety melted away as I saw Ignis shouting. His face was red. Ignis Carbunculus, one of the regular customers at Enchante, a demon beast young man who loves to eat a lot, a humanoid wolf of flame. He feels like he owes a debt to the previous owner, so on, and while he resists the heroine at first, they manage to talk it out and make amends. He seems to respect her spirit. How do I put it? Maybe because we looked the same age. I felt like I got a little closer to him, like he was a real friend of mine. Oh, I don't know how old you all are. Ignis, how old are you? I asked my question as soon as it came to mind.
How old? How long has it been since I was born? Maybe around 25 years?
Oh! Even though he's not human, he actually looked right about that age. With that thought, I turned my gaze toward Miser. Alright. Sorry, but I think Ignis is the only one who's close to you there. Candace is a few hundred years old, and Ill's been alive for a few thousand years.
1,000?!
A few thousand, sweetie. And I've been around 10 times more than that. I lost count a while ago. I don't really remember the actual number. Uh-huh. I should have known such common sense wouldn't apply to non-humans. What about you, Mr. Rindo?
Oh my god. He really is a daddy, Jesus. Me, I turned 42 this year.
I see. Well, that's pretty normal.
He is really fucking old. She's like 20 and I said that. Oh god. He is old enough to be our dad. Huh? Okay, that's gonna be a little creepy and weird, but I'm okay with that because he's closer to my age than he is hers, so.
Yes, Rindo is a normal middle-aged man.
He is not a normal middle-aged man. He is fine as fuck, okay?
Indeed, a normal middle-aged man.
Yep, just a normal middle-aged man. This game is fucking calling my ass out now, too. Dear God. Do you have to keep saying that? My charm doesn't come from my age, okay?
Launching off that topic, we continue our chatter until, from the corner of my eye...
Damn! All this barking makes me hungry. This isn't nearly enough food to satisfy me. Hey, Spacey, make something for me.
What? Will you actually eat it? There are no good places to stop in this game. There really are not normally good spots. Like,
well, yeah, I'm hungry. Just know that I'm picky with cooking. You won't get away with a half-ass meal.
Okay, I'll make something right now. Okay, this is the perfect place to stop. We've been, like, way over. These parts are, like, way longer than normal, but... Okay, just like that, we're going to wrap this part up here, and she's going to put all of her attention on cooking in the next part. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.